In this video, I'm going to share with you what I think is one of the best ways to build muscle in the gym. This method is something that I use every single day with my clients to help them gain muscle, get stronger, and build an amazing physique with the training in the gym. I'm going to break all of the stages of this system down in detail so you can start implementing them and get great results from today. So let's get into it. So this, in my opinion, is one of the best ways you can build muscle in the gym. Okay, and to start off, firstly, we need to kind of realize how muscle is built. So muscle is not built, although a lot of people might think this, but muscle is not built through things like getting a pump, the time under tension for your set, and doing more volume with your training. So these are a few of the fads that are kind of out there and are preached by a lot of people as to how to kind of build muscle and what you need to do to build muscle. When in reality, there's no research that back up any of these things when it comes to building muscle. So what we like to do instead is follow the science, and what the science is showing is that muscle is built through a process called mechanical tension. Okay, now what this is and how this mechanical tension is stimulated is during the last 5 to 7 reps of a set to failure. Okay, so if you're doing a bench press, for example, and you're doing a set to 10, and on your 10th rep you couldn't possibly get another rep out if you tried, that counts as a set to failure. And then the last 5 to 7 reps are where you're going to be accumulating that mechanical tension, which goes and stimulates muscle growth. Okay, so what do we need to do with our training to help stimulate this more then? Okay, and the answer is we need to get strong. Okay, so by focusing on lifting heavy and getting stronger over time, you'll be accumulating this mechanical tension without having to think about the complicated science all that too much. So this is the system that we're going to use to get stronger, but also combat the science and work alongside the science so that we can build muscle in an effective way. Okay, it also, and as a side note, also makes training quite fun, because who doesn't like to lift heavy weights in the gym? Okay, so it goes hand in hand. So the question is, how do I structure this, and what's the system that I'm using to implement this into my training programs for myself and my clients then? So I want to introduce the 12-10-8 method. Okay, and this is the method that I use with my own training and with my clients, as I've said, and this is how we structure our sets in the gym to get the most out of our training so we can build muscle more effectively. Okay, I'm going to run you through exactly how it all works. So the 12-10-8 method is how we are going to structure our reps. So the first set we're going to do 12 reps, second set we're going to do 10 reps, and the last set we're going to do 8 reps. So on your first set, so your first set of 12, this is obviously the first set of your exercise. We don't want this to be a heavy set that you struggle with, okay? We want to ease our way into it and build up to our last set. So what we want to do is we want to pick a weight where we can get 12 reps pretty comfortably, okay? So it's more than a warm-up set, and it's heavier than what you do for a warm-up set, but it's not really classed as a tough set where we're really struggling by any means and we're like, you know, forcing reps out at the end, okay? So we want to kind of manage the intensity of these earlier sets so we can ease our way up to a really strong set at the end, okay? So your first set wants to be pretty comfortable, more than a warm-up, but not like a full set. So then we rest up and we'll move on to your second set of 10, okay? Now the second set, we obviously drop the reps from 12 reps to 10 reps, but this time we're going to pick a heavier weight, okay? So this set wants to be heavier and harder, so it wants to be more intense than your first set. So you're struggling a little bit more with the weight that you're lifting, and you're pushing with a little bit more effort, but it's still not an all-out set to failure where you're really struggling for reps and you couldn't get any more out if you tried, okay? The type of intensity, or how intense you want to do this set, we want to aim for having around 3 to 5 more reps in the tank than the prescribed 10 reps that you do. So if you did a set for 10 reps on, say, 40 kilos, you want to have around 3 to 5 reps more that you could do, okay? So we're not all out pushing to failure here, and it's not an all out heavy set, okay? So we're building up again to our final set. So after we've done this, we want to rest up again. We want to rest and make sure we've got as much kind of time in between so we feel fresh, we feel ready to go. And then we're going to move into our third set and our final set of 8 reps, okay? Now this is going to be your last set. We want to be pushing as hard as we can. So we want to pick a weight where we can just about get 8 reps for. Now, as a side note, when you start out trying this, it might take a couple of sessions to kind of figure your weights out correctly. But when you do, you'll be able to kind of pick a weight that's good for you that you can just about get 8 reps for, and you can work and progress from that point, okay? So on this set, we want to pick a weight that we can just about get 8 for, but we want to treat the set as a set for as many reps as possible, okay? So we're going heavy, we're going hard, and we're going for as many reps as we can. I want you to think about a gun to your head mentality. So if you had a gun to your head, could you get another rep out if you tried? That's the type of intensity that we want to be pushing and looking for on our final set, okay? So if we manage to actually get above that 8 rep range and above the prescribed amount of reps, then that gives us clear indication that the next time and the next set we can go heavier and up the weight. And vice versa, if you don't quite manage the 8 reps, maybe you get 6, maybe you get 7 before you can't get another one, then we know clearly that we need to keep the weights the same and we need to push for more reps over time, okay? So when we think about this method and we think about how muscle is built through mechanical tension, then the last 5 to 7 reps of a set to failure, we are using this system to build up to a final set of 8 or 6 or whatever kind of rep range that you want to go for, and push as hard as we can. So we can push for an all-out set to failure, stimulate as much mechanical tension as possible so we can build as much muscle as possible. We can build muscle effectively. So we're always following the science and structuring our reps in a simple way to be able to reach this, okay? So why is this so effective then? Now, in my opinion, this is a great way to help you build muscle. It helps you follow the science, as I've just mentioned, about building muscle, but putting it into practice in a very simple way, okay? It gives you a clear indication of where you need to progress from your last set, whether you need to move up in weight, whether you need to work on getting more reps, and it gives you exactly that, what to focus on each time. So if you go in the gym and you did 40 kilograms last week, then you can aim to come in the gym next week and maybe go up in weight and progress, or able to get more reps out so we can push harder and build muscle. And the last thing, as a little side note, is it makes training more fun. It's nice to see the progressions week on week, and it's really nice to get in the gym and lift heavy weights. It's a good feeling. So there it is, super simple, super effective, and this is the way and the system that I use with myself and my clients to help them build more muscle effectively. If you like this video, I'll leave some more content up at the top for you to watch as well, and I will catch you in the next one.